So why did you go to a hold this or to a sell this spring?
I think as we looked at it in the economic downturn that was coming from the pandemic, and thinking about Best Buy's business model, which is really an experience to go into that store with all the home theater and the kitchen setups, we thought that the pandemic would really hurt them quite a bit. We misjudged. I mean, I think if you look at the amount of money that was freed up from services, from going out to restaurants, vacations, clearly that money was channeled, and it was channeled towards the home. And Best Buy's been a big beneficiary. They also have a great management team, and so this management team was able to adapt. So I think the combination of things being a lot better than we thought they were going to be, plus a very good management team, has made their business a lot stronger than we thought.
Yeah, no, it is surprising for all the reasons that you mentioned, especially about the stores in many cases not being open for some time. So why still the cautiousness? I mean, you're only going up to a hold, price targets below where the stock is today. Why?
I mean, I think the challenge when you look at all these names, whether it be Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, is that they all benefited so much from the stimulus back, 6 months ago or so. How do we cycle? I mean, I think the fear that we have is as we go into next year and we start cycling some of the stimulus, it may happen just as we're reopening the economy. And so all that money that piled into the home, we may have a breather and we'll see it migrate to taking that cruise or going on that vacation. So I think that's where we're a little bit cautious. I mean, there's some really positive trends long term around the home, which we definitely see. But I think as we look at a Best Buy or like the Lowe's or any of those names, I think we're just a little cautious, particularly if we don't get more stimulus. You're likely to see falling disposable incomes as we cycle through the big stimulus from last year. Or this year.
So in a way, you're kind of predicating this on the, getting back to normal trade. But the past week, the news flow makes it seem like maybe we're going to be back in the depths of it all over again. One interesting point that you mentioned, we have been talking about with the trends in the stores, those that are open, those are not, and so forth. But have you been able to do channel checks really at all? And how much of a handicap is that, not just for you, but for analysts across retail who are trying to get a feel for, what's going on in a lot of these stores?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been brutal to try to do research in an environment where you can't travel. I mean, at R5, one of the things we do a lot of is that in-market visits, kicking the tires, a lot of boots on the ground research. We've been restarting it slowly, like the economy. I was in Houston last week, which was great. It's the first time I've been back to Houston since January. So it does make it a lot more difficult, no doubt about it. I mean, we've done a lot of consumer surveys, which are helpful. But I'm just glad to be back in the field and doing the research that we love to do and see what's going on, in different markets.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.